Democratic Congressman Khanna, who's on the House Oversight Committee. Congressman, a lot to talk to you about, and you heard Seth Jones talking there about what he sees as a clear distinction about what was known, what were the ends and means and the reasons for strikes that he was a part of in places like Afghanistan. In this case, we have now learned today a few new things. The two survivors didn't appear to have a radio. They may have been waving for help, although it's unclear whether it was for surrender or for asking for help from an American plane. This is according to the testimony to Congress, according to sources, and that boat may not have been heading to the United States at all. We also are learning, though, that a JAG officer approved the strike. Does all of this add up to you?
Well, there are two different issues here, Erin. One which you raised. It's not just the second strike that may have been illegal. The first strike itself may have been illegal. We have not been briefed as an Armed Services Committee on what the standard is that is triggering the military to kill on our behalf. They are killing people on behalf of Americans, and we don't know what standard they're using to do that. The only explanation has to be from Pete Hegseth. He needs to come before the Armed Services Committee. Senior Republicans, senior Democrats have called for it, and he owes the nation a full, transparent explanation.
So just hours after the executive producer for the late Charlie Kirk show posted this, Congressman, he posted, "Every new attack aimed at Pete Hegseth makes me want another narco drug boat blown up and sent to the bottom of the ocean." Hegseth responded to that post saying, "Your wish is our command, Andrew. Just sunk another narco boat." And, in the context of the flipness with which he addressed this, I spoke to your colleague, Mike Turner, Republican congressman, earlier this week, about that Hegseth's use of Franklin the Turtle children's book to mock people who were upset about the strikes that he put out. That's the picture he posted. And Congressman Turner said, and I quote, "I'm very disappointed, and I thought it was very inappropriate that a cartoon would be used in this manner of something that's obviously very serious." Now, that's what he said publicly. I'm curious, Congressman, about what you're hearing behind the scenes from your GOP colleagues, some of them who are your friend and you can have private conversations. What are they saying about Hegseth?
Well, Congressman Turner has been very principled on this issue, and he's echoed the concerns of Congressman Bacon and many other senior Republicans. And they say that you can't just kill people without a standard. That's not the American way of doing business. If we do that, we're giving license to Putin. We're giving license to Xi Jinping. America is different because we follow the rule of law, because we follow the rules of war. One senior Republican senator, I won't mention his name, one senior Republican, said that the Hegseth and others are talking about killing these boats like they're in a video game. It is disgusting to have that kind of cavalier attitude towards human life in a nation like ours, which believes in faith and the dignity of every person. This calls for Hegseth to come before the nation and explain himself, and he should not be deflecting the blame on a Admiral Bradley that is a cowardly behavior. And that's what he's doing. And that has really offended a lot of people on the Armed Services Committee, that he's cynically trying to make this Admiral Bradley's fault to absolve himself of any responsibility. People aren't buying that.
This topic is obviously crucial, but I don't want to not mention one other thing when I'm talking to you, Congressman, because I don't want this to get lost, and I know neither do you. 16 days is how many days it's been since you and your colleague, Republican Congressman Thomas Massie, got that bill passed, right? For Trump had to sign it because every single Republican but one joined you. The clock is ticking now. Do you know what they're doing to those files right now?
I assume they're following federal law and preparing for a release. The survivors expect that. I can tell you that, having talked to the survivors and being in touch with the survivors' lawyer. Thomas Massie and I, who are in regular touch, expect that. We asked to meet with Attorney General Pam Bondi. We have not heard, but we will be raising this issue with the Justice Department until those 16 days, and we expect to have a full release, which is required by federal law.
All right. Congressman Khanna, thank you very much. I appreciate seeing you on this Friday night.
Thank you, Erin.